Hello everyone, welcome to another Shandalar mod. I am going to just basically skip over any sort of conversation during this character creation because it's the same as usual. You know, we've seen this like a million times. I got nothing new to add. There's nothing new to say here, just wow, it's the same thing that we've seen before. Wow. And I sincerely hope that this is the correct set of mods and everything. Well, you can see this time our mod creator has different default file names here for some reason. But okay. Let's dip in here and immediately crash, and also immediately have all of my stuff that I had on... a bunch of stuff that I thought I moved over to a different monitor is immediately there. Cool. I love when the game does this. Oh, right. I can just load because I literally did just save there. This program crashes so goddamn much. It's kind of funny, actually. Okay. So what do we got going on here? For a start, we have 4 colors in our deck to start with, including 3 swamps that we frankly do not need whatsoever. I can just take these out of the deck right off the hop. So I chose white because there is a very specific combo that I would love to show off at some point, and playing white is probably the easiest way for me to be able to do it because it would give me more access to cards that would help me do it. Oh, I don't need these forests in here either, do I? We've got 18 lands out of 43. That should be good enough. I mean, this whole setup is not... We have not been given great cards, but okay. Do we have anything in here? I mean, we got Valor. If that dies, that's helpful. But on the battlefield, not so useful by itself. This uses cards from the Mercadian Masks block all the way up through the Onslaught block. So that's like several years worth of cards, like 4 years worth of cards. And they are... Oh god, this thing is not good. They are of a varying power level, as you can probably tell. There's also quite a lot of stuff from some older sets. I guess it's using not the necessarily the base set prints for any of those. Alright, sure, go east and get an amulet. Why not? White amulets for red cards? Meh. This is potentially useful just as a way of creating a flyer for free. By free, I mean not for free, but at instant speed anyway. Our deck is looking a little bit Jeskai, so this might be a nice thing to have at the start here. Hammer Mage is very niche in terms of its use, but we'll deal with this for now. Oh, what do you mean we can't afford the thing that we have nowhere near enough money to start with? Alright, let's see what this Mercenary Lord is all about here. I don't believe that I clicked their game, but okay. Leshrax's the right. Yeah, I can sell that and get the 40 gold back. That's fine. I don't really have great use for that. I'm sorry, in Magic it's pronounced Leshrac. I apologize. I pronounced it like he was French for some reason. Strength of Lunacy. This is a kind of nice enchantment if we're able to get a discard outlet, which There is a pretty decent one in black in terms of, like, creature buffing. We're playing white, and we're in this area where we're not finding jack diddly butts. Anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter what we're playing. We're basically playing nothing at this particular juncture. What can we buy here? Just more stuff for mono black. Defeat the vampire lord, the vampire. Actually, sure, we will take that. I think we can probably find it. We can probably find one of those guys. We can find a Nick Cage in that one movie at some point, surely. Dominaria's Judgment. What's... Okay, they gain protection from colors that correspond to our basic lands. That's a little crusty, but it works for the mirror match. The mirror match, I say, when we play Jeskai. I don't really like that that's my ante, but let's go for it. We might actually have some sense of a chance. Do I have useful cards in hand? Answer is, honestly, only kind of. Oh yeah, it's our upkeep. Is it done? She plays a Throne of Bone. It's kind of a standard start for this type of enemy in any version of this game. Oh, right, let's double tap that, because like auto casting that is perfectly fine. Okay. She didn't even sacrifice the ones that were enchanted with the go to hell thing. Alright, sure, I'll play that guy and... Or a color tied for the most common color. Ah, burns. You can regenerate that, so it's probably not worth doing right now. Okay, Auramancer only digs out of the graveyard. Well, crud. Sure, we'll attach Heroic Defiance to our Goblin Sky Raider. And hey, so long as she just keeps playing red cards, then I'm in the clear here. Or red cards, black cards, pardon me. Not red cards, those would be bad for us. Argonaut's Tomb, that does have some pretty good potential cards there, but I want a little bit of money here. Or at least junk that I can sell for money. Oh god, there's the blue castle literally right there. Well, we cannot deal with that at the moment. Yeah, that's a perfectly fair gamble, really. The Dedicated Martyr isn't really an incredible card here. I'll tuck the plains. I have enough land in here for now. Ah, right. March Souls creates an amount of spirit tokens, and the way that we're going in terms of ever getting any of our creature cards, we don't really care too much about that. Ah, that's fine. You just go ahead and keep doing whatever you're doing, buddy. Play this Angel Fire Crusader as well. Oh, right. One taps one of those because of obvious reasons. Meanwhile, I will play the Rod of Ruin. And I'm getting the bouncer bounced. Oh, well. Oh, bouncer! Wait. Alright, for a start, I'll play Galena's Knight here, and then I will blow that guy up because he's a problem. Oh, yeah. Red to activate it. Oh, wow. That happened real fast, actually. I wasn't paying attention to the board. I was moving too slow. Yeah, just like Sonic Hedgehog. Interesting card available there. Let us move into our... Got 5 lands, but we also don't have a lot of fast plays here. Although this guy, I think, is probably not going to be the quickest fellow in the entire game. He's probably going to be a real slow roller. Oh, hell. Play that Razorfoot Griffin. Nah, we'll just take the damage, because I know what he's going to do. We'll just let him do that, honestly. Play Tundra Kavu. Pentant Vampire. Creature dealt damage to it. This turn dies. Yeah, okay. While he has Threshold, it turns into a white creature that can kill target black creature. Interesting. Unfortunately, Lawbringer is the wrong of those type of dudes. So instead, we will give this guy Squeeze Embrace and he's going for some damage. As he plays his Sengir Vampire. Completely sure. Yeah, sure, I'm going to... I'll March of Souls. That's fine. I mean, truth be told, I'm sure that calling it fine is a bit of a stretch, but still. God damn, dude, I'm getting just hit by so many sudden blowout cards. That's rough. Yeah, well. That warmth doesn't do anything for us, and we'll just take 1 damage from the bones. Another regenerating creature. Dirty Were-Rat. Take a shower. Rat. Guy. Unhinge. Well, good thing that warmth is there, because I really do not need that. Oh, irritating. Bothersome. What a load of crap. So I'll play the Angel Fire Crusader instead, I guess, and... just do this. Or, I guess... Now, hold up. Yeah, why didn't it go back to my hand? The creature died. That's... something went wrong there. Alright, sure, I will cast March of Souls. What?! The card literally says they can't be regenerated! Oh my god, some of these cards are literally not working correctly. Something is wrong here! Oh no! That's, an issue. That's a... I don't know if that is a problem with... I don't know if anything can be done about it, really, because these mods are built on top of a already modified version of the game. So... things are a little bit strange, basically. Alright, let's take a look at our cards. That player's hand minus the number of cards in your hand. That's interesting. But I don't need it. Dead Ringers destroys 2 target non-black creatures if they share the same color identity, which is phrased in a very weird way. As we had some other fun stuff in there. Yeah, there's a Jinn that we don't want to fight, because those guys suck. I also don't want to give him my money, because I don't want to give him my money. Get into this battle instead, as we are once again anteing a very strong card that I would prefer not to, but you know, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes here. Even worse, I'm in a position where I can't play shit because this guy is using all of his fetch lands to get red, and I have no red. Oh, okay, that happens. Computer hardware is kind of, well, yeah. Oh god, okay. That's very, very painful. And I can't even buff it with Heroic Defiance, even if I had enough, Yep, I got robbed. Oh, I'm just reloading at this point. Like, okay, so we go back 20 minutes and we have to redo all of our adjustments that we made to this deck that started off very bad and has just slowly been getting worse because we keep getting our asses handed to us by literally everything. Alright, defeat the level 1 blue guy. Don't say tier 1 because that implies that they're very strong. That's not how that phrasing works. Then again, people still get DEF CON wrong, so... What do you expect, right? This is actually a really terrible hand, but... Oops. My options aren't a whole lot right now. Okay, well, you knew this. And maybe we can kind of hurt him a little bit by making him continuously activate Waterfront Bounce. Yeah! Oh, yeah, he is going to just start kicking himself in the face, basically. Hooray. Oh, that's no fun. OBS here, the no fun allowed zone. Keep setting up stuff like this. He's really just letting me do this to him. I'm so happy. I was gonna say, maybe he'll activate it again, and then he'll just die. That would be funny. Unfortunately, he is arguably a little bit too clever for that sort of business. But, we got 2 flyers. It's fine. You know what? Tell me about the place where we can get Mox Emerald and Black Market permanently in effect. Interesting. However, I think that that is only for them, so it's not something that we can take advantage of. And also, I have no idea where the hell that place is, so rip. We get to start with a free, cheap 1-1. It costs us nothing, but it's really nothing special either. Yes. Good. Good. She's doing the self-damage bit. That's pretty fun. Also, God, these guys have a lot of fetch lands in their retinue here. A lot of stuff going on. Seen several of them so far in just the like 20 minutes I've been playing, basically. Inviolability. Okay, then. Well, it's fine. We just clonk more creatures into... Game? Could you please respond? No, I guess it didn't want to let me do that for some reason. Great. Get in there. And now I can't do anything, because the game didn't just let me end when I wanted to. So instead I get to sit here. No, I'm fucking mad, dude. I'm extremely angry about that. I'm resetting. That one does not go to me. I was actually what the hell is this thing doing here? Huh. Where did you come from? That's not even remotely the thing that I just stepped into. There was a completely different enemy there. What the? What? This game functions very oddly sometimes. Honestly, at times even calling it functionalities, it's a thing that feels really strange. Well, whatever. What do you got here? Oh yeah, fading is one that you can do even basically the creature doesn't die until later. Until later is the simplest way to put it. That's pretty good. That's a nice 2-for-1. That was some very good auto-tapping game, and by that I mean, yeah. Take this. Wow, I get an extra 2 life in the next duel. Cool. Ooh. Potentially free cards if we manage to draw into something actually good, which we won't. That's pretty cool, though. Alright, Sunscape Familiar does not work for this deck basically at all, because we are the wrong colors for... Well, we got a couple of blue cards. Those can be made cheaper by that. That's about it. Grim Lavamancer, alright. That's a pretty solid dude. And he traded. That is a bit of a shock, actually, because typically one would prefer to have Grim Lavamancer just out there on the field. But okay. Smoldering Tar. At the beginning of your upkeep, target player loses life. Deal 4 damage to target creature. Only you can cast a sorcery. Okay then. Okay then. Well, time for us to sit here with nothing going on. Play that instead. And sure, we'll block the Mind Slicer with our Sunscape Familiar. Ooh, why couldn't you have played another black card instead? That. Rude. Yeah, and once again, this isn't going to do anything because this guy is just not playing the things that I need him to for Heroic Defiance to actually take effect. That's okay. Again, we didn't gamble anything on that, so it's perfectly fine if we just say, fuck it. With a Riptide Forge, okay. And we get a Llanowar Knight. Ooh, found some free amulets. Okay. And hey, here's the Fishman we've been looking for. Let's give him a bit of a swirly here. Okay, rude. I mean, whatever, but still. Wow. Alright, now he's playing Lord of Atlantis. Unfortunately, that means that our creatures are real easy to... His creatures aren't very easy to block, rather. Okay, now we can play Heroic Defiance, and I really did not remember to play a frickin'... What? Oh! Well, alright then! That's totally fair! It's just also incredibly weird. But, oh, son of a... Bastard. Bastard. Well... Alright, let's just bomb the field, and I now get to be in a position where I am probably still dead. Yeah, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Fuck you, reload. Wait, I didn't save after doing any of this stuff, did I? Once again, that's not the correct creature. What happened? Why are you sure? The other one did this too. I don't understand why it behaves that way. Why sometimes it'll just be like, okay, we've loaded the wrong graphics entirely, I guess? Can't trust anything this game tells you. Sheesh. This hand isn't really ideal, but hey. Plays Chiron Glider. Discards Empress Galena, which, to be fair, not that useful right now, but under many circumstances, a very good card. Fine, I'll replay this. I was gonna say Blockade Runner is actually decent, then I realized, oh no, it's a 4-drop. Oh boy. I guess at least it can become unblockable, but ooh. Here's the bouncer. The bouncer! Wait. With that, and swing. I'm sure he would try to bounce that pretty soon anyway, so whatever. Yeah. I called it. He gets his Sea Hunter. Play the Razorfoot Griffin again. And blow that guy up. No real reason not to swing with Chiron Glider, because it can't block, so you may as well. And he's activating Blockade Runner. Yes. Advance. Is he doing it twice? You really don't need to do that. Let's take the game while we have a chance. Yeah, sure, whatever, take the cards. Very underwhelming choices, but hey. Is Tarnished Citadel worth anything? Unsurprisingly, no. This card is kind of shit, and I don't know why people play it. Like, oh yeah, I can tap for 1 mana of any color, and you take 3 damage from it. Cool. Rather have the money for that. There's a Stormscape familiar there. That's good value. I'll take that. That in here. I'd like to try to lower this down to 2 colors if I'm able to. The 2 specific colors I'm aiming for right now are white and blue, but maybe I want something that actually lets me play creatures. Boy, this is going. Gem code's good. Nah, I don't. Got Shield Wall. We got another wall here. Crenellated Wall. Let's just really buff the defense of one of our creatures if we want to. A Tog. Ah, yes, look at this funny thing. Sacrificing a Tog creature, and it gets buffs based on that creature's power. This is borderline a meme card. Not necessarily the first in Magic history, but oh, it's definitely one of them. Upon a ruined tower. Passive Cronus, yeah. Crimson Wayfarer. You guys start with a creature? Rough. There is our Passive Cronus, I guess. We could go and take a whack at that place if we want. Yeah, I'm not playing 1920. Holy. Whoa. That's crazy. That is absolutely bananas. I'll take the money for sure. 1920 for that thing? You are out of your goddamn mind. These spells requires 1 green and 2 colorless mana to cast. It is Untamed Wilds. Parallax Wave. Yes! Oh, yeah. That is one of the cards in the main combo that I wanted to build around for this. So, that's pretty cool. Now I just gotta find something with which to blow it up. East to Caterin Sanctum, which is the place that we've been to before. I will never complain about having a greater starting life total in these things, because it makes it harder for me to just get blowed up out of nowhere. Nice. Spellbook. Yeah, sure, let's take the Spellbook. That's a pretty decent card. South to Raymotion Hall. Upon a Diamond Mine. This is the ability for us to trade for trade gems to get a card, right? And I see that the card that I really want here does not appear to be in this list. Where the fuck is Abolish? It's not a sorcery, is it? No. You bastards. I guess Aura Blast does kind of work a little bit. Aura Extraction is pretty funny too, as an option here. In fact, Amulet, is that a uncommon then? Yeah, so I guess it is. We've got a whole 4 amulets for us to actually spend on things. So as much as I want that, it might be more worth it to me to actually pick up like a semi-playable creature. Of which I fully admit there aren't really a ton of them. I mean, we could just take another Atog and go but get money, but that seems like it wouldn't actually do what I want it to. Cephalid Aristocrat. This is a funny card. When it becomes the target of a spell or ability, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. That sounds kind of terrible, but effects like that with certain creatures, there are people who use that to mill their entire deck and then they win the game off of that. Which is a very interesting class of combo deck. Wonder in here? Get Wonder? Yes, actually. So I will pick up Wonder, and I am going to go back here, and we are going to pick up Aura Extraction is what it was called. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. Ooh, nice. That's a good get. And this is a perfectly fine battle because we're going to be anteing something that we would probably never play anyway if we could avoid it. This hand isn't great, but we do have a playmaker in here in the form of Chiron Glider. Feels like a little bit of Feel Bad Town when I have to be like, oh yeah, we're building off of our 2-mana 1/1 that can't block. Awesome. But hey, it might legitimately get us somewhere. Cast Festering Goblin. Oh. There we go. We're up to this much. We're up to 3 mana. He cycles that and plays the swamp. Okay, dude, sure. Why not? Oh, thanks for taking my input there. And by taking my input, I mean the exact opposite of that, basically. But hey, we'll take the win here. Demonic Tutor, Mox Pearl. Oh, Mox Pearl. We need that Altar of the Cyclops. Oh, I took the cards. Well, that wouldn't be the first misclick I've ever done in this. Happen upon a ruined tower. Azar's Crypt. Oh, you've got Blacklist. You've got Moat also, which is pretty cool. Uphill Battle. I do not recall what Uphill Battle is offhand. And defeat the Zombie Master. Why couldn't you have given me this quest like 10 minutes ago? Hey, Vindicate. I will actually grab that. I don't think I'm going to play black-white unless I start really happening into a large amount of cleric synergy. Because at that point, that's pretty much what black-white did. But, just in case I do... play that. I feel quite confident that this deck is probably mono white, so I don't think Warmth is going to do much for us, but it might. Sval protecting itself from white. Fair enough. Swing in. I was really hoping you'd let me do that. Oh well. Life burst, huh? Yeah, I can't assign Angel Fire Crusader to block that thing, so... we're kind of up a creek without a paddle. The immortal words of Juliet Jake Blues. I guess you're really up shit creek. And kaboom. And we're still dead. Oh well. Again, though, I mean, that's not even a fight where we had to gamble anything, so I don't particularly care. I don't feel like buying those. Hey, Molting Harpy, a card that is a 1-drop that you can't play on turn 1 effectively. That is amusing. By which I mean... kind of sucks a little bit, actually, but hey. Drop a Goblin Sky Raider here. Zombie Trailblazer. Huh. I don't feel like I've ever seen that card before, you know? Like, I know it exists, obviously, but in the back of my head, I'm just like, that's not a real card. But hey, whatever this dude feels like doing. I gotta right-click done, apparently. He wants to remove all of my white mana. That's actually a totally fair strategy. But on the other hand, I don't know why you would dig so deep into that. Like, okay, Gravespawn Sovereign is going to go to his hand, and so is Festering Goblin. Good lord, that is a potent-looking ability, actually. I must give it some credit, because... wow. Alright, Heroic Defiance on this duder. And play that, and drop our Lawbringer. Alright, are you going to start distributing Swamp Walk here, or are you just gonna keep being a goofball? I mean, technically he denied me of plays this turn, but still. Have the win. He's not even making progress. Toxin Sliver. I don't think slivers are really going to be viable here, but we appreciate them nevertheless. Destroy target creature if it shares a color with the most common color among all permanents, or a color tied for most common. Creature destroyed this way can't be. Right, okay, yeah. Oh, we're too close to the castle to tell this fight to go to hell. That's annoying. Mole. Good enough. Hammer Mage can get tucked because I can't actually play that right now. Sky Shroud Falcon. Swing for that guy. That'll really dissuade the opponent from wanting to play anything. Or wanting to attack. That's... And yeah, it should be probably in the bag at this point. Just gonna take it a second here. Give me that dungeon clue. Just that way I can see where this place is. Oh, I ran out of food. Alright. Knew it had to happen eventually. Temporal Spring. This is a pretty nice card, actually. I'll show that on screen. Especially for this sort of time period. Put target permanent on top of its owner's library. It can be anything. Very flexible. Can really cause some problems for opponents. It's kind of Simic Vindicate. Not completely. Don't use it as an actual replacement, but it's got some functionality, all right. Let's put that in here, and where is our Parallax Wave? There we go. That should do. Where's our place we're returning to compared to here? Map doesn't want to tell me. I really don't want to deal with this guy. Well, there's the place that we're going. I really don't want to deal with her either, but she'll be a lot easier, so I'm willing to accept it. Those Centaur Shaman guys are, like, always really tough, I feel like, because they're usually the green-black deck, so... And green-black historically has just been the strongest color combination by a pretty wide margin. Okay, yeah, that's instant. Right. I was having an idiot moment there for a second. I was just like, is that... Yeah, that's what I think it does. Never mind. Alright, swing Lawbringer in by itself. Yeah, sometimes you gotta slow roll the combat a little bit in order to make sure that things play out the way you want them to. But, hey, whatever. She cast Unholy Strength on my own Merfolk. That is a strange choice. Do this, and... That's fine. Get 1 damage. Shocked if she has a way of getting a kill here. Well, she did have enough to gain her life back. That's something. Yeah, and buffing the rat. That's actually kind of the correct play there. I'll take the damage. I'll play this guy. Swing for 1. Pass turn. Block with our seriously deep left Galena's Knight. Damage. Play planes. Didn't draw both parts of our combo at the same time, so... Unfortunately, I don't get to show that off just yet, but eventually it will happen, I swear. Take this, and... Hooray, there's our black amulets. Yay, we did it. We finally got, like, a small thing done. Attacking Rishadan Haven, which is, like, up to the north by a good chunk. Ooh, he is guarding Saproling Cluster and Mystic Snake. Saproling Cluster is a card that could really come in handy if we decided to play more Madness stuff, and especially if we were playing green. Which, admittedly, there's not a lot of place for green Madness cards, so... That may not necessarily be a very helpful sentiment, but on paper, that thing has a bright future ahead of it. And he's playing the Wild Mongrel. We are going to donk that thing with a Guilty Conscience immediately. Because... it'll just deal damage, and, you know, you can discard as many cards as he feels like. By which I mean he's going to discard, like, his entire hand here. And the creature self-destructs. Because he had nothing to remove that Guilty Conscience. Or anything to protect it from the damage. Or just any of that. So... too bad, dude. Play Warmth. I don't think this guy plays a whole lot of red spells, but just in case. Could keep us alive. He's gonna naturalize it. Well. Okay, dude, I can see you don't like me, but... hey. I said hey. There we go. Take the win. We had some good cards out of it. Mystic Snake is kind of a classic. Creature that at the time was first of its kind for being a 4-drop creature that carries a counterspell with it. It's one of those sort of cards that you look at it and you'd be like, eh, that's something, but that's about it. And then you just sort of don't immediately recognize, hey, this thing changes the game a little bit. At least from a design perspective. Sanctimony. Whenever an opponent taps a mountain for mana, you may gain 1 life. That's probably useful. That thing can go to hell. Wall of Hope. Whenever it's dealt damage, you gain that much life. Sure, why not? Pick up Plains also. I don't know that we need that many defenders in our life here, but hey, we'll take it anyway. It could have some value. Unlike this Hammer Mage, which is doing nothing for us. I don't know if there's even that many artifact-oriented decks. Okay, sure, we'll fight the Druid. Keep our hand. Cast Warmth, even though it's not going to matter, because this dude is definitely a pure green deck. Almost guaranteed a little bit. Alright, hook that thing up with that. Play Tundra Kavu, and we are admittedly... We're cutting it pretty tight here, so... Things are going to get a little bit rough, and he's playing the Pygmy Razorback. I'll play this guy, and... Fuck's sakes. Yes! He blew himself up. Oh my god, I cannot believe... This dumb bastard was just like, yeah, okay, sure. Never punished. The game is too stupid to do anything to stop me. Find an angelic wall, I guess that's useful. White amulet for colorless cards. Might come back to that later. Ceasefire, what's this? Can't cast creature spells this turn. Okay. South. That's quite a ways south, actually. We're gonna go investigate the paths of Cronus here. Okay, yeah, so they get a 1/1 that they can sack for an extra land if they wish. Oh, Big Dragon. Which has a toughness of 1 is... Giant Caterpillar. No? Really? The Giant Caterpillar doesn't have a toughness of 1. That's bullshit, because I'm pretty sure it does, actually. In fact, I have my phone right here. And whenever it feels like loading, which is gonna be a couple of years here, I'll pop open Scryfall. And... Giant... Caterpillar... Alright. Show me the thing here. Oh no, Giant Caterpillar is a 3/3. Okay, I'm stupid. Never mind then. Fine, the game isn't cheating. Ravenous Rats, however, I remember that's a 1/1. Yeah, very popular card, not to be confused with Relentless Rats, which is something completely different. I don't remember when I last saved, otherwise I would reload after that. After I just sort of shamed myself like that. Might do it anyway. Yeah, so he just quick sacks that for a land. As is perhaps to be expected. Does some stuff to get himself ahead a little bit. Play Stormscape Familiar. I can swing into this freely. Ooh, Blastoderm. Wow, that is a very fast Blastoderm. A very blast fastoderm. Cast Inviolability on that thing. And that'll give me something to block the Blastoderm with every turn here. Chimeric Idol. Because who cares, dude? Thing's on ground. It doesn't matter to me whatsoever. I mean, you can do that now if you want to. Very strange individual. Do that. And yeah, he's doing the fetch lands. He just keeps doing this literally every turn. And I'm kind of not sure why, but hey. I'll cast Insolence on that thing. Then we do this. Gently poke him. Blow that thing up and proceed. So, at bare minimum, we can take advantage of the fact that the dragons are dumb as shit, so that's cool. We might actually be able to get the treasure cards here without too much challenge then. Because, of course, this place is absolutely filthy with these dragons. This Knight. Razorfoot Griffin is a better card than that. Tundra, yeah, there we go. That's the main thing that we're here for, honestly, is that Tundra. Let's go this way. He sacks for a brushland, so he's going immediately for the pain land for some reason. That's a choice. Swing in. It's Radiant Kavu. Prevent all combat damage blue and black creatures would deal this turn. Okay then. It's an interesting sort of orchestration. And he plays with the Awakener. Well, so much for our anything here. Really? And he creates a bunch of dudes. But we're like super duper dead anyway, so. But you better believe I'm going to make him have a problem while I go at this. Poke him for 4, and unfortunately, yeah, we lost our heroic defiance, but we came out of that getting, honestly, the most important card out of that area, which was a Tundra. So, take that out and go find that Tundra. Put that in. Very nice. Save. I don't remember what treasure cards are in Argonaut's Tomb over here. I think one of them is like a Mox Emerald or something. On a ruined tower. Okay, yeah. Badlands, Mox Emerald, Survival of the Fittest. Not really cards that are of great import to us, but we'll take them anyway if we can get them. Oh, God, I'm gonna have to go through something here at least. Either one of these vampire lord dudes or a dragon in order to actually get at the treasure chest here. And if we want any of the others, we have to go after the big fat demon guys. Just adjusting my stuff here real quick, sorry. Playing Throne of Bone and some other crap that I don't care about too much. Oh, he's bumping off my creature. And getting himself a charge counter on Black Market. Never mind, that kind of sucks. But hey, maybe he won't get to play anything useful. Ooh, we gained some free life because he played Kelton Twilight. Attack this turn. Okay, right. I was kind of confused by the wording there, but I got it now. That. Oh, fuck my life. He just wiped my entire board. But he did sacrifice... Hold on. But he didn't control that since the beginning of the turn, so... I don't know what happened there. Except that, like, half of the cards in this don't function properly, apparently. Alright, we got ourselves a Badlands. Let's go and chance it against one of the big demon lords over there. In this case, I'm going to go for this guy. I'll keep this hand. And play Wall of Hope. Should help keep our life total up. Not that we really need too much help with that, but hey. plays Stronghold Assassin. Oh, that is a quite nasty boy to have there. Maybe he'll just... I was gonna say, maybe he'll just quick block the Orator. But no, he did not. That gets him a lot of counters on... gets him multiple counters anyway on Black Market. Play that. And, I mean, he's gonna block that with Mortivore, but... I just sort of auto-fired into that a little bit. Autopiloted. Used my only brain cell. Kill? I don't think he did. Oh no, he killed the infected vermin, right? So... What strange behavior. I miss when Mana Burn still existed. I kind of wish that there were, like, certain cards that you could... that we could just have for rules reasons that are, that still use Mana Burn. Yeah, I got through that sentence eventually. Feel a little bit like I was entering Porky Pig speak for a moment there. Sacrifice. Oh, it's sacrificed an artifact, creature, or land, so it can be anything. Okay. Cool, I did not know that. Sure, I'll block that with the... I said... oh. It's having a bit of a brain moment there. That... I'll sack a Plains, I guess. Attach Insolence to that guy. Swinging for all this damage. Sure, we'll block with the Tundra Kavu. Whatever, he deals more damage. He gets more of that stuff. I don't really care too much. I've got a very probable win this turn, barring something weird. And nothing weird happened. So, we get that. We pick up Survival of the Fittest, and... this place is of no real value to me right now anymore. There is technically one more card there, but... even though it's a Mox, it's not a Mox in my colors, so... my interest in it is not super high. Off to Rashad Bazaar, which is... I mean, yeah, it is north, but it's also a lot of other directions, too. Oh no, the Black Wizard has scored a point. I'm sure we'll fix that eventually. Take a look at, see if there's any cheap cards here. And the answer, honestly, is that there really are no things that we can pick here, I think. So we can go into common. Yeah, there's just Sisei's Ring. He can't even get any lands out of the deal here. beat the Elephant Man to get something here. Oh, he's got Metamorphic Worm as his ante. Yep. It's an elephant that transforms into a 7/7 worm if you have Threshold. Neat, I think. That does have a pretty strong creature there with Fleetfoot Panther, and the fact that he played it at such an early turn. Fuck it, I'm putting Inviolability on my Sunscape Familiar first. All damage would be dealt to it. Right. Guilty Conscience on that guy. And got with Sky Raider. Played Elephant Guide on his Llanowar Elves. Interesting. So take 5. I don't really like that I'm in this position. This is kind of crap. I wasn't expecting him to Elephant Guide his Llanowar Elves. Just by virtue of the fact that, honestly, you don't really see that very often. And I have absolutely nothing right now, so I was gonna say, unless he's too stupid to remember. No, he wore a mutation in my thing, so we're dead. And we lost Dedicated Martyr. Meh. That's not that big of a deal. There are many worse things to lose here. It's all the way down there. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Take that. And back we go to the real journey here. Of finding an Elephant Man to have a fight with. Keep his hand. It's not our best or anything, but hey. I really want to know where the hell Parallax Wave is. Because we really have just not drawn that, somehow. Still life. What's this? 2 mana, becomes a 4/3 Centaur creature in addition to its other types until... Huh. I really did not remember that card at all offhand, so... Huh, interesting. God, I really wish I had an actual couple of cards in hand here. Chiron Glider. That will at least be something we can attack with. Fine. I guess we're not going to be able to do our thing this game. Get that shit out of here. Because I need to at this point. I really wish I had more of those, honestly, if I was going to be attempting to use the... Oh, and he... Aura mutationed it. God, dude. I swear this happens every time I try to use that. And... We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna die anyway. Fuck it, I'm reloading. I don't remember where I am now. This is, beat the Conjurer, so that's like a blue mage, I think. Let's take a look at where we are. Okay, so we got the Badlands, so we're up to that point. Good. Good to know. Goblin King, not really worth money. Same with Hammer Mage. Same with that. We got a lot of stuff that's not really worth a whole lot, but that's to be expected. I don't super need gold at the moment, but it wouldn't hurt. Oh, right. Soulburn was in the invasion block. I was like, that's a weird thing to have. Not nearly as much as I think it is. Oh, hey. I really could have taken that quest because I guess these guys are much closer than I thought they were. Alright then. A dedicated martyr. And Sunscape Familiar. Card that doesn't really help us that much with this deck, but hey. Maybe we will draw an actual card eventually. And won't that be something? Oh god, he has like all of these dudes that just counter spells. This is gonna slow down my game so badly. Okay, good. He's attacking with both of them. Bruh. Stop playing these, you annoying asshole. Just... Alright, fine. We'll doink that guy with that, and, pass turn. Say maybe he'll be stupid enough to just keep doing that, but, not so much. Block over here. Activate Dedicated Martyr's ability. Plays Puppeteer. Cool, he can get in more easily. I mean, moreover, it gives him the ability to use Supreme Inquisitor. He's got 2 wizards untapped, so... I'm gonna have to settle for the Tundra Kavu there. Yeah, so he eats 5 of my cards. View exiled cards. What? That doesn't make sense. That... Huh? Well... Whatever, I guess. He's got not a lot of creatures untapped, so... I can at least play Rod of Ruin. And then pass the turn. As he has Crypt Claw Elder do that. Swings for 2 in the air. And he plays Arcanus the Omnipotent. That is a very potent card he's got there. Now, main thing I can do is I can shoot the Fugitive Wizard and pass the turn. Draws more cards. Does that. Oh, this guy's flying already. Oh, right, it's... I had forgotten, like, all of what he does, so... Whoops. Play a land. Blow that guy up. And he's tapping my creature. Okay. Yeah. Two things that he can tap here. I don't think he'll go for tapping the patron wizard. Yeah, see, he didn't want to do that. Plays Blind Seer. Oh yeah, we're dead anyway, unfortunately. So we get Abashan's Desire here. Abashan. Abashan. I don't know. It's a very unusual name, really. Take a mulligan for that, yeah. As ever, we go from too few lands to way too many. The classic. Say Starlight Invoker. Not a lot of terribly interesting creatures here, but hey. Let's take the 1 damage. Taro's Faithful gives him some more life. Play that thing. And sure, I'll cast Inviolability on my Skyshroud Falcon because it will always be up. Allowing us to do something like this. Because yeah, now we always have a blocker, which is a very nice position to be in. Oh, fine. I forgot about that. I didn't even realize I was able to do that yet, I guess. Like that. And off we go, and he reduces the damage by 1. Yeah, let's just kill off the Starlight Invoker. Or not kill off the Starlight Invoker. That's fine too. What's this guy do? Vigilance. It's 1 damage. Okay. So just fairly normal stuff. Daru's Spiritualist is a creature that is very interesting for its potential with some rather goofy combos. Where you can basically just inflate its stats through various means, and it will be able to be sacrificed for wildly high amounts of usually life gain, but not always. It does depend quite heavily on what you're doing with it, so take a bit of a browse here and see what we can do here. Let's kill off the crossbow infantry. We will use the Sunscape Familiar to block that. And we'll put the Skyshroud Falcon in front of the Militant Monk. Yeah, he's gonna tap to remove the damage, but that's fine. That's about to be about something that you would expect to happen, really. So that's okay. Do that, and now he is once again attacking with absolutely everything he has. So we block the Noble Templar with our unkillable creature. Block the Stern Judge with that. And the Auramancer can go and block the Semi-Healer. Ooh, this guy is kind of fun. Good thing he doesn't have any flyers, otherwise it might be a problem for us. Yeah, see, he's kind of starting to do it with the Dark Spiritualist. He just doesn't have a sack outlet. I don't know. Personally, I would assume that Windows 11 would actually function worse, but I could be wrong about that. This guy's cards that he's got on offer are not very good, so we'll take his Dungeon Clue instead. And pick this up. Save. I think part of it also is just like Windows 11 has already historically been quite bad. Just in terms of all of its implementations of things, and most recently, Windows 11 has mostly been known for being bogged down with AI trash. So anything I could say about that is just kind of like, well, it sounds like it would be a case like that, where it's... I would not suggest it, but for all I know, it could actually be a good choice. I couldn't tell you what is causing any of the internet problems for you, basically, though. Unquestioned Authority. This is a pretty nice card. We'll grab that. Hero's Resolve, I mean, that would give us a lot of toughness, but we're already kind of oriented toward that anyway. We don't have a lot of very aggressive creatures for this deck. Now I'm about to make it almost a little bit worse by just putting another enchantment in there. Oh, right. I'm going in the wrong direction for Rashad Bazaar. Oh, and then the Pope man is over here, and he's making us play a different deck. We're playing green. Well, to be honest with you, he could make us play whatever, and I'd probably like it more. Yeah, take the trigger. I said, hey. Play that. Follow up by dropping this Coiling Woodworm out. Yeah, he doesn't want to give up his Rebels immediately because... obviously, they are kind of good. Player Wooden Sphere here. Not paying for the effect, though. Sure, we'll swing in. Yeah, okay, he did ultimately dump that, which is a little bit of a surprise. Unfortunately, Remotion Captain is not really something we can swing into because it has First Strike, and we don't have anything with a toughness above 1. Don't activate that. Swing. Yeah. Alright, now we pay the 1 for Foster. And at the end of it, we find it... oh, it goes to hand. And the rest go to our graveyard. It's slightly unfortunate, but we do have kind of a lot of stuff to use there. We will bump we'll bump the Sword Dancer off, because that thing is probably a pain in the butt. Follow up by playing Wood Ripper. Unfortunately, we really don't have any anything good. Yeah, we just kind of got absolutely blown out with no good cards there again. God. Would you guys go away? I'm busy. Trying to remember what I'm supposed to do. Oh, it's literally just follow this path. This is unfamiliar ground, so I was a little bit confused there for a bit. But right, No, I am not bidding that because our deck is super duper weak right now. Fuck you. That's... Go fight a dragon for some shitty beads? Get out of town, man. Spirit Link is good. Spirit Link is a very flexible card, so hey. Iridescent Angel, that is a very, very expensive card for the effect, for being a 4/4 flyer with protection from all colors, and that's about it. But and there's no equipment in this era, so we can't really buff it. But sure, let's go for it. That in there. Warmth can come out because it's not actually doing much for us. We haven't fought a single red mage at this point, so yeah. We've triggered it once. We've gained life off of it once in the last 2 hours. That doesn't exactly scream effective to me. It mostly just screams, why didn't you remove this card from your deck 2 hours ago, dipshit? And the answer is because I was really hopeful, I guess. Alright, yeah, it's the Corrosive Wayfarer dungeon again, everybody. Let's go and see what's going on here. Hellbent Raider. I do not even know what card that is. So, let's go into Scryfall and cheat a little bit. Remembering I'm doing this on my phone. It's got First Strike and Haste, and an ability that involves discarding at random for some reason. So, click on FS, and then we don't spawn an effing dragon in the path, so that's good. Oh, hey, look, there's a bunch of those dragons, and I don't think we can truly rely on them playing that Chimeric Idol, even though it makes them absolutely shit themselves. Ooh, nice. Plateau. I think that was the last card that we needed from here before, right? And is he not going to sacrifice his Corrosive Wayfarer immediately? Huh, he waited for it. That's a surprise. Plays his River Boy. Yeah, here, buddy. Save some mana for doing stuff with that. Sure, we'll attack with the Galena's Knight now. Just to really hammer the point home. Right. And we found a pile of cash, so yeah, we've got all the cards here already. For sure. But that doesn't mean I won't try to scan for another big hit for our dice. Or maybe finding another pile of gold. Alright, looks like it's gonna be behind the snack. If anywhere. Alright, well, let's go for it. This might not be a terribly hard fight if we're lucky. I mean, I'm sure it'll kind of suck, but hey. He's not popping that immediately, which surprises me. Yeah, he literally just did not use it. Are you okay, dude? Like, why wouldn't you take the free land? Especially because you're the puke who has the fucking Coiling Woodworm deck. You want to ramp as hard as possible. Pangasaur. Whenever a player plays a land, return it to its owner's hand. Alright then. That is certainly a card that exists. That is something that you cannot dispute. Yeah, okay, dude, just keep playing those. That's totally fine. Play Giant Warthog instead here. It's pretty much, well, you know what you're getting when the card is called Giant Warthog, I guess. Alright, this is fine. We can just do this. If bro feels like swinging with the woodworm, that's totally fine by me, actually. Here, we should have enough creatures to break through at this point. So, yeah, get out of here. And there's one more dude in front of the money. Of course there is. And a bunch of dice that don't give me shit. I'm not chancing that with no creature. I'd rather have even just a generic 1/1 than the bonus life that I was getting from there. Are you kidding me? Okay, you ran out of food. Sad issue. Damage to creatures. Any kind of damage. Okay. North to Cateran Hold for a free gemstone. Not interested in fighting this guy. Cateran. It is a ways, admittedly. That's fine. Cryptic Gateway. Tap 2 on tap. Choose a creature type with each creature tapped this way onto the battlefield. That'd be pretty good if we were actually able to build a creature type based deck. Like, maybe if we built around rebels, that'd be fairly handy, but we'd have to actually find the right cards to be able to do that with. And unfortunately, that's kind of going to come down to luck. It's 2 damage each of 2 target creatures. I don't want to risk that Rod of Ruin. It's a little too helpful to me right now. Which is probably very silly to say, but there we are. Yeah, I'll take a message north to your brother at Riptide Temple, which is more like northeast, but hey, I won't hold that too much against this guy. On a Rage Weaver, you pay 2 to give a creature of the friendly colors haste until end of turn. That's nice-ish. Nothing of great value there because it doesn't fit with our colors. Ooh, yeah, this guy has green amulets for white cards. So, we are, in fact, going to go for that. Where is your... I mean, we could go for creatures. There's kind of a lot of creatures in here that are okay, I think. Not so much Shoar and Bruiser. That's really just whatever I happened to click on at the time. Kundu Griffin. I did not realize that Kundu Griffin was standard legal at this time. Tide the Corrupted is not really... I'm sure there's at least a couple of things in here that would be of use to us. I just have to find them. Not that guy. That's not the sort of thing that I thought it was, so, It's kind of good. We just have to actually be able to put it to better use, really. We need the right cards to work with it, rather. We could pick up some of the rebels. I was saying that that might be a good thing to use with that one artifact, but I don't know. I still kind of just want to build into parallax wave combos. Ruham Jin. This thing is pretty terrible. There was a whole cycle of these Jins, and they were all like slightly overcosted for being these stats, and then if that color is the most common, they got debuffed. Yeah, Invasion Block is good and important from a design perspective, but like the actual cards have aged like shit, dude. Oh boy. Silver Drake is probably nice. We need to have things to bounce with it. That might be asking quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. Sunscape Apprentice is not too good, but can't afford Sunscape Master, I know that. Yeah, water bottle noises, sorry. Ooh, White Knight. White Knight is always good. Pick that up. Sorry, I right-clicked on it. I just wanted to actually leave. Whoops. Now, Auramancer isn't doing a ton for us right now, so put White Knight in there. Oh, we remember to put Wonder in our deck. Wow. Is that? Let's... Oh, just a generic dude to... Really? Someone that easy to get white cards from him? Well, that's incredible. I'll gladly take that. But we also get to wrestle with these guys to try and get some very large spider and another card that is alright. Hey, Retro! We are slow rolling through this a little bit, so that's... If I sound low energy or anything, it's because this is not what you would call a fast run of this. These cards feel like actually even weaker than some of the stuff we were using in the last one, and granted, I think that is sort of an era where the cards were a lot weaker in general, or this rather, because yeah, there was a concerted effort to make it so that way the game wasn't so full of overpowered BS. Oh, you jerk. Oh, of course he's smart enough to know that that's how that works. Well, okay. We'll just take some damage. It'll be fine. We'll cast Unquestioned Authority on this guy, so that way he can be a blocker. As unfortunately we do not draw into another land. And there's our Parallax Wave, but we don't have the other card that makes it good right now. Which means that I can't show off the combo, unfortunately. Oh, by all means, dude, do that! Okay, yeah, so that's fair, but like, the rest... What are you doing, man? You just discarded your... almost your entire hand for that. What a fool. Oh, right, the other part of the problem is that I can't cast Parallax Wave because I don't have enough fucking mana. Ah! Damn it. This is such a cool combo. I just want to be able to show it off. In fact, I'm at such a point where I'm like, fuck it, what if I just dirtle through this? Cast a Violent Eruption. Oh. Ugh. The pain. Alright. So let's play Parallax Wave, and that's great. He can't kill us this turn. But he can cast a Basking Root Wallow, which is fine, actually. Alright, so we lose the counter on that. That's fine. Now, what we do is we activate this, target, activate, target. Cast Aura Extraction, target, and now his creatures are gone forever. When we redraw that card next turn, I will explain in better detail here. So, Parallax Wave, on paper, the idea of this is quite intuitive. That you play this card, you remove counters from it, and creatures get exiled for as long as it's in play, right? Without the wave in play, the creatures come back. But, basically, those are two separate abilities. So, I cast Aura Extraction on it after I target all of his creatures, and then the stack happens. So everything is first in, last out. So, creature 1 is targeted, creature 2 is targeted, enchantment is targeted with Aura Extraction. Aura Extraction casts, enchantment goes to top of library. Then its third ability goes off, because Parallax Wave left the battlefield. Each player returns to the battlefield all cards they own exiled with Parallax Wave. No cards are exiled with Parallax Wave, so nothing is returned. Then, Parallax Wave's second ability continues to go off because it doesn't care if it's on the battlefield or not. And that creature is exiled permanently. And then it happens again. Again, a very neat trick of just exact words. But, oh man, my deck is not built to actually take advantage of it. Also, when it happens to you, it really pisses you off, but you probably could guess that part. I don't have to tell you that. Jeez. Oh yeah, travel west to Chomano Keep for the Apple of Apple. Oh hey, look everybody, one of his anti-cards is a card with Dan Fraser art. That almost feels please clap at this point. Speaking of please clap, I'm sitting here feeling like I need that. You know what? I'm going to cycle this and just hope to draw a real card. And the answer is no, I did not. Well, okay. That's slightly disappointing, but I think at this point it might be to be expected. Play that. You're up to something, aren't you? Well, screw it. We'll find out in a moment. Ooh. Ooh, okay. He's going to give his creatures a form of unblockability there. Not a huge fan of that, but I've got my own style of that. Oh! You dick! Well, okay. We just gotta carry on with that, even if we're upset. I guess we swing in with our 2 flyers. And this guy, I guess. So there's going to be a funny block choice here, surely. And the answer there is, yeah. God damn it. Well, that's fine. We get some free damage in, no matter what. At this point, I will March of Souls. Plays Sandskin. That, and he's got one more just sitting on the back lines that is ready to... dead anyway. I wasn't sure, but just had to be sure of it, right? Give him everything. On a ruined tower, and we get some hints for Altar of the Cyclops. And we get Dragon Fangs. That's pretty nice. That's a very good card. If only we had a real discard engine right now, we could possibly put that to use. Yeah, Tundra Kavu isn't very important, so if I lose it, I'm not going to be that sad. But I do have Aura Extraction Parallax Wave ready to go here. Just in case I actually draw enough mana for it. And I guess if he plays enough creatures for it to feel worth doing. Although him playing that Elvish Lyrus does make me want to approach this with a little bit more care. Which would probably basically happen of, I wait until I have enough mana to actually cast Parallax Wave and then pop his entire board. I mean, I suppose I can just also do this instead and cast Inviolability and hope that it works as bait. For the Elvish Lyrist, and it did not. And he reveals a bunch of Skyshroud Sentinels. Vanguard, whatever another... Oh, that sucks. I don't like seeing that effect. Alright, well... This guy can't block, so we gotta swing with him anyway. Otherwise, it's a total waste of time. And he's doing this. Come on, land number 6. Fuck. That's not land number 6. However, we'll play the unquestioned authority here and actually draw land number 6. Unfortunately, we need one more white mana, actually. Fuck. I didn't realize that we were in that sort of position. Yes! Threat is neutralized, so I honestly can just wait a turn if I need to. Block that, and Elvish Scrapper is not really very concerning. I mean, no more than any other elf that he's got, really. That, he plays Elvish Vanguard. Come on, give me a Plains. Shit. That's not a Plains. I don't think this is going to work for me the way I want it to, but I will absolutely try to just hope that it actually does what I'm hoping for here. He untaps Elvish Scrapper. Wait, no, I think he's untapping. Oh! He sent his other thing back to him. Wow! Okay, that's pretty smart, actually, but it does annoy me. Anyway, I'm here for... You know what I'm here for. Give me that shit. Actually, hold up, I want to take a look at lands. Nah, what am I thinking? There's no way I can get actual dual lands out of that. I can get the garbage dual lands. The pain lands. But why would I do that when I could just get something good? Oh yeah, I didn't go to Chomano Keep, did I? Well, whatever. Let's go to Altar of the Cyclops, and there is another black market in effect here. Okay then. Cool. That's not the worst card, but we are playing around a lot of mono black creatures here, so could be quite serious. Frenetic Ogre, huh? What are you? Say 2/3. Really couldn't place that offhand. Valor next duel. Ooh, that's a pretty good start. That might actually make it decently possible to fight this Necromancer? Zombie Master. He's a Warlock, then. Pardon me. X-guard on me, Sonor. There aren't a lot of lands here. That has me worried. This dungeon has something that prevents us from using part of our deck, doesn't it? Or are we just legitimately just straight up mana flooded right now? Quite frankly, it could go either way. Oh no, I lost a couple of life. But you, sir, lost significantly more than that. Here we proceed. Yeah, it just looks like we were severely mana flooded to a really funny extent, really. Huh. Alright then. I get to play this guy very early. Let's take some damage. So this and carry onward. Yeah, I figured there was going to be something like that happening. Organ grinder. I get it. And he just eats a card from graveyard. Okay. Block the Nantuko Shade because that's the one that I'm most expecting to have anything to do there. Alright, no combo for us, but Parallax Wave can still basically just kind of be a 4 mana, kill 4 creatures. So, why not, right? Just take a completely free win. Demonic Tutor! Yo, good card. Good stuff. But I don't feel like I can deal with the rest of that right now. So we'll save anyway. Because, again, I think I have a quite reasonable concern about the prospect of us crashing. Requests. South Riptide Temple for a green amulet. Sure. Don't want to fight the Tusk Guardian. Not when I'm probably going to lose the Tundra for that. The way that fight was going earlier, I feel like saying probably going to lose it is entirely fair. There's Shomano Keep right down here, right? This is the place I'm thinking of. Trade green amulets for any instance. There's no abolish in this for some reason. Demystify. That is actually a perfectly fine trade for me. I almost prefer Aura Extraction a little bit, but Demystify is quite good too. Eat the Druid and we'll get any instant. I want the apple sustenance here. I am getting hassled by a couple of red fellas here. Just swap from Sorceress to Sorcerer, yeah. Slight difference. Honestly, barely any. I mean, the deck might be completely different, but figure that out as we go. Yeah, bro is playing quite a heavy amount of burn. Hard casting Fiery Temper. All right. You know something? Fair enough, dude. Crag Saurian. Whenever Saurian steals. Okay. Cool. Hey, I was trying to double tap that. I could have just, like, quick grabbed that if I had played Rod of Ruin the turn before, but I did not, so we can't. I'll play Rod of Ruin now, I guess. And the Dedicated Martyr. As he's revving up his dudes who can lava axe me. If he ever draws enough mana for it, I mean. Latula. Okay, yeah, that lets him fireball me, so he can just sort of skip over most of the bullshit. Credit where it's due, I guess. So we'll just consume her real quick. Play this. Have the game have the hiccups a little bit. Start poking. Erratic explosion. Ooh, this could be bad. Jesus. Oh my god, I didn't realize I didn't have time to pop the martyr. That. Oh, my brain was not working there, apparently. Fuck, that was rough. Nice of him to just whip out that, oh yeah, by the way, here's where my 7 met. Do you think he knew? I bet he did. The computer can kind of be like that. Which is true of, like, any game you play, that'll be the case, often. Got a bit of a board going here. Wow, he has a lot of creatures, actually, just... Ooh. Surprised, I thought he was up to something. Well, I suppose that that's where we're going to go here. Guilty Conscience on one of the Moss Dogs. Yeah, okay, dude, you can get a buff. I'm not really that concerned about that. And cast Inviolability on our Sunscape Familiar. Nut collector. Man, I am just not drawing any mana, though. Like, to a problematic extent, really. There we go. That fixes the problem. We get our Iridescent Angel out, and we just have to live through another turn, which is shockingly doable. And take that kill. And Underground Sea, Volcanic Island, Lightning Bolt. Those are all incredibly good cards. So tell me about the Mound of the Warrior Kings. North of Riptide Tower. That looks like the very top edge of the map, if we're being quite honest here. Alright, rewarded with any instance of our choice. Let's have a bit of a a bit of a look here. I could grab that aura extraction, but honestly, I feel like I can do better than that. Honor the Fallen, that seems decent. Oblation. That is a fun card, actually. I am going to take Oblation. That is one of the most flexible cards in the entire that's available to us right now, I think. Are there Parallax Wave, Oblation, and actually Diving Griffin too. What's our land count at for 48 cards? 15, 17. That feels a little bit small. Let's bump that up by one more. And also add the Enlightened Tutor. Because that's a pretty good card. That is very helpful. Howling Mine. Yo, a classic. Certified Hood Classic. Howling Mine. Good stuff. Happen upon an abandoned shrine. He's got Catapult Master, which is really good if we were playing more with soldier creatures, which we could do. And Purify, which honestly is not that. That ain't all that, but it's got uses. So I guess we can kind of be like, yeah, alright. Man, bro has all of the sacrifice of land to draw creatures going on here. Good lord, he's actually doing it. You sick fuck. I kind of admire that on a certain level. But also, part of that is because, like, that's monstrously stupid. Unless he's got something that he can do to... Unless he's got some sort of tricks up his sleeve. He's borderline giving me these cards. Like, wow. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're honestly not that powerful cards, but hey. He's giving them to me for free, practically. Catapult Master would be nicer if we had more soldiers going, but I don't really think we do. Save after that, and... Again, I think the place we want to go is, like, the northeastmost corner of the map, right? That dungeon. Ah, whatever, who cares? The people of that town probably do, but... It's Stallion who's menacing the village. We'll deal with you later. Yeah, okay, let's fight this guy. He takes the first turn just for free, but hey. That hand isn't great, because I love to start with all of my cards that I would want for my combo all together in one place, right? Alright, where's our P-Wave? There we go. Echo's on top of the deck. I mean, sure, go ahead and shoot. Oh, he's... I forgot that thing can be buffed that way. That's kind of silly, but hey, whatever. Alright. Come on, I need one more land. Fuck! That's not one more land. It is, however, a pretty solid creature. Like, okay, he's probably gonna do a bunch of this. Ugh. Good, I get to sit here without enough land to do what I want to do here. Fuck! I build this deck and then I just don't get the ability to play it. Where am I? How far back am I? I'm not very far back, am I? Yeah, I'm at 50 cards here, so that's literally just after the dungeon. So I've got that Catapult Master, so I guess if that guy comes by again, I can kick him in the balls this time. And I did not realize that I clicked on that. Ah, Lord of Fate. This is a different fight entirely. Looks like the other guy, but I swear he's not. Clear Plateau. And we get a White Knight, which is honestly kind of the sort of dude that this guy would have. Yeah, funny, I should say that, right? Guilty Conscience. Unfortunately, I'm sitting in this position without enough lands. There we go. Never mind. You suck, dude. We're back in place, but I'm not happy about it. And he casts Aura Extraction. Okay, I guess I'll just do that. Crusading Knight, who isn't going to get any buffs from us. Play Parallax Wave, and sit back and watch nothing happen. I forget if fading is a trigger, by the way. The first activation of it, because I'm like, shouldn't I be able to just respond to that? And I could be wrong, but I ate 3 of his creatures. Just absolutely breaking his back there with Oblation. Because kill 3 creatures, draw 2 cards off of it, like, and I get to recycle the combo piece. Okay. That sounds pretty good, actually. Boink this guy. And he's playing a Silver Knight. Sort of the cousin to White Knight over there. Red didn't get a similar card until Planar Chaos. It's interesting. I'll take those cards. Those are looking pretty good, in fact. Ooh, we found some free amulets. Hell yeah, we love that. And save. Here we are at, like, the top of the map. This is not the place, then. Ah, well. hold up. Dungeon Clues, Mound of the Warrior Kings is one, right? North of Riptide Tower. Do we have that on our map? So far we don't, so I guess our only real option at this point is follow the coast until we find it. I don't like this, but okay. We might be able to get away with it, despite the fact that we're really being asked to put something pretty heavy on the line here. But we do start with P-Wave in the hand, so under the right circumstances, we can probably do some funny business here. Yeah, you go ahead and do that, man. Alright, so as long as I can keep him in such a position where my life total is above his. Ooh, okay, that's going to put a bit of a damper on things in that regard. I'll play this guy instead. Yeah, as you say, I gotta crack that sometime soon, don't I? Shit. He's basically got a win on me here, but maybe he doesn't realize yet. Never mind. It was a draw, actually. Everything is fine. We lose nothing, but we gain nothing, so, oh well. Let's take a look at the Mound of the Warrior Kings. I completely ignored what that card was, because I clicked a little too fast. But we get Iridescent Angel to start the next fight with, so I'm feeling quite confident about being able to do this. Cloud Cover. What this? Whenever another permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may return that permanent to its owner's hand. God damn, that's pretty helpful, actually. But that does kind of give us the ability to bounce all of his creatures for free. Yeah. Oh, he didn't decide to do it. Okay. Cool. Blessed Orator next duel. We can do better than that. It's useful, but we can do better than that. In his knight, we can do better than that too, really. Especially for this area. Chiron Glider, I mean, it does give us a flyer, which is really important. So, I'm going to go for it, and oh boy, this guy has a lot more HP than I thought he did. Good to know, though. Unfortunately, we're also starting from only 2 mana here, but play that. Play our Sunscape Familiar because it can block his Galena's Knight nicely. Shifting Sky. All non-land permanents are the chosen color. Huh. Turns everything red. What an odd... Oh, right, I understand why. I was like, what the fuck? But no, I get it now. Well, that's alright. We can still race him. Like, wow, you have a singular... You have nothing in the air. It's a big part of it. Let's be honest here. That's honestly probably the big part, is he's got nothing in the air. And there's our Volcanic Island. Hell yeah. That is the most important card in this dungeon for us. Because we are still kind of stuck being Jeskai. God knows if I'm playing this color combination, I would love to get my hands on the other Parallax card. Parallax Wave. There's a black Parallax card too, but it's shit. And I don't know what it's called. And quite frankly, I don't care because it's shit. Well, I guess you have no targets, do you, buddy? So, you kind of have to do that, huh? I'll play Valor. Got Daru Warchief. Oh, that makes his soldiers really beefy. But what it does not do for any of them is give them the ability to not tap. So the win is still free. Free-ish. And all I see here that there's one set of dice for us. And it's just some extra life points. So I'm going to say that I will be done with that place. Again, I got the most important thing there, so that's pretty huge already. Pull a mountain, and we're going to go and put in our volcanic island. I don't have the fetch land that is like really good here. I've got polluted deltas, but the one I'm looking for, I forget the name of because it's the white-blue one. Spell south. I think that's going to just be him taking, presumably, a forest from me. And he made me discard Enlightened. You son of a bitch. Of course he did that immediately, like... Dude! I love being able to play the game. Parallax Nexus, okay. This is the card that I was thinking of. So, Parallax Nexus is a card that makes you lose access to cards in your hand temporarily, as you can probably tell. But it can only be activated as a sorcery, which means that you can't really abuse the funny trick very well. Oh my god! I want to play the game! Fuck you, you fucking schmuck. Do you have anything you actually do, or are you just like, neither of us are playing? God, this is like playing against some people in the Commander Pod back in the day. Of someone who would just be like, now neither of us gets to do anything. You just wanted to rip their dick off and feed it to them. Well, at least we get to discard that so our creatures have flying now, so that's cool. Well, good. I drew not another color of land. That's helpful. Oh, that one's even worse, honestly, because that is a time walk. And I think that was cheaper than coercion back in the day. Coercion being that effect, but it's discarded. Don't know why they decided that that was the way to do it. Well, okay, so he's going to be an asshole about things. I'm going to at least gain my life out of it. Also, this guy is listed name-wise as being a necromancer. He has done no necromancy so far. 0. He has not played a single necromancer-worthy card. He's just been like, I'm gonna... And now he plays Corrupt for, like... 10. Ooh, I was not able to count how many lands he had off the top of his head, but... Technically speaking, I am still alive. It's just that it's not going to be for very long. Target player discards a card. At this point, you don't have creatures. I'm doing that. And he hit me with Corrupt again. Well, you're an asshole. I'm taking my volcanic island back. You schmuck. Hey, it's the same quest again. Wow. Well, that's a much better ante. Especially if I have to sit here watching this guy jack off for 20 turns. At least we go first. Wow, I get to lose my Parallax Wave that isn't very useful. I forgot to attack. I'll discard. I'll do this, actually. Yeah, dude, you already know what's in my hand. Well, I guess he doesn't know everything, but hey. Well, there's our... I could have just discarded a Plains earlier. And he has temporarily stolen my Armored Pegasus, which was my, like, only creature at that point. Oh, well. Whatever you say, dude. Spirit Link your Faceless Butcher. As he does a bunch of this. Play Diving Griffin. Why would I block that? What a total waste of resources. I mean, I guess technically I would gain 2 life, but also, again, total waste of resources. It's Phyrexian Arena. There, that'll possibly burn you down a little faster. I don't know if that's really a valuable thing to do, but hey. Maybe he'll do something very silly. Nah, he'll just mutilate and blow up the entire field. And, of course, snipe my last creature with Innocent Blood, because why not, really? But hey, at least our Lawbringer has 2 abilities on it that neither of which really Yeah, he's going to target it with Corrupt instead of just killing me, which I'm infinitely grateful for. Duress. No, I don't want to cast shitting Oblation. Fine! Fuck you and your... Whatever. I don't care that I lost the Chiron Glider. I was actually more annoyed about him doing the... And this... No! Absolutely not! I'm not doing that fucking quest. Cool. And now I'm just being hassled by this skeletal bitch. Bro, go eat a fucking sandwich. Come on. I can see your bones through the rest of your everything else. Come on. I'm just gonna concede this one, and we're going to go back to looping until we either don't have to fight this guy. Why do I have to fight this guy at all? Like, what is this? What is this fucking schmuck doing out here? Take a mulligan. I mean, that had, like, a lot of the cards we'd want, but... No, that can stay on top, actually. I'm going to cycle this. For a land. Cool, though. There's no targets for Oblation, so why are you telling me that I can... cast that game? Alright, he's playing Phyrexian Arena nice and early, which... on paper, I probably should have an issue with that, but... in theory, this will be fine. Okay, let's do that, because... But he made me discard my Iridescent Angel. Yes, he did. And there goes our P-Wave, so rest in peace that. Throw that on there, and drop the White Knight. And he's casting Corrupt again for comical amounts of mana. For that, Armored Pegasus. That's fine. As long as I'm being forced to pay a tax by this game, I may as well at least make sure that it's the least bad one possible. That was such trash. It's to Riptide Tower. Is that the place where I was going that kept stealing my taiga? Yeah, I was. So I hope the letter includes a very stern and hopefully extremely funny insult. It's the least you could do. Scandalmonger. Oh, interesting. No! Go away! Separate Cluster is not that good. It's much more worth the money. Why is this not in my deck? What am I doing? Put that in there. Strange choice on my part. So wait, did we lose it out of our inventory before? That is bizarre. Survival of the Fittest is actually a good card. I just don't have, like, more combo pieces to use with it at the moment, so... It's just staying in the inventory. We're not selling it. Now, this is someone who could actually benefit from this card that I'm about to lose, but let's try not to doom too hard yet, I guess. That. She's playing a lot of defensive cards. I mean, hey, you do you, but... cycling. You draw into another land, though. That's quite important. Let's play the P-Wave now, because we don't know if we're going to be able to... Don't know how much we're going to need it, right? Yeah! You'll love to see it. Unless it's happening to you, in which case, well, you probably don't. Hey, Cryptic Gateway. So that way she can drop more walls, no doubt. What a choice of card, really. A Sunscape Familiar. There's one that's actually worth playing. Iridescent Angel is on the battlefield now, so this is pretty much over and done, because what can you do to stop this thing? It has protection from every color. Very nice. Azar's Crypt, I don't think we have any real dungeon clues for, so let's grab that. Oh yeah, it's the Chaos Orb dungeon. That's right, I forgot about that. Oasis of Muldoon. I do not want to give up my spellbook, even though I'm not using it right now. Surely it's going to have some value later. But I'm going to keep telling myself until I discover otherwise. Which I'm sure that I will forthwith. Fifthwith. One of these days. Yeah, that fight is not worth it, dude. Especially not in the position that I'm in. Hell no. You got blue cards, maybe? I might be interested in that. Confiscate. That's quite expensive to use, but on paper, could be kind of strong. Which has a power of 1 is... I want to say it's Chiron Sniper, which is a goblin. It's not Thrashing Wumpus. We saw that earlier. Magnivore has variable stats. Seton Scout is a Centaur, almost undoubtedly. Yavimaya Barbarian is a 2-2, I'm pretty sure. But I am just going to take a quick look here and double check. Yeah, Chiron Sniper is a 1-1. Can have it deal 1 damage to target player at the beginning of your upkeep. Pretty alright on paper, but also, I mean, that is wildly overcosted. Dude! Would you stop hassling me? In fact, I'm not even going to accept this. Like, this guy just comes in out of goddamn nowhere. And is like, oh, I see you just had a good save. Well, guess what? Yeah, okay, dude. Seriously, like, I'm not interested in that whatsoever. Anyway, this means that we need to resell some stuff, I guess. So we get to go through here and see if there's any of this that is worth dumping. The Volcanic Island obviously can stay. Survival of the Fittest can stay. Sky Shroud Ridgeback. It's usable. I don't really like it very much, but it's usable. Oh yeah, the Saproling Cluster is worth way less now. Never sell somewhere else. We'll find a different town that doesn't suck so much. Purify is worth a decent chunk, huh? Alright. Does this place have better exchange rates? Oh, that's the wrong card. No, it has worse. Wow, that Sapperling Burst, or whatever it was called, was worth like 400 earlier. $480, that's, yeah, 400. There's our 480 for Purify also, so we will do that, and we will be hounded by this guy and his dog. Over this quest south to Remotion Shrine. Save, because we're going to have to get out of a tight spot here. Oh, we ran out of food. And he's starting with a creature because he is an incredibly fair player. As he mulls to 2, hell yes. Good, he's stupid and he has a bad deck. Third-rate player, etc. Wasn't even worth playing Insolence on the guy, to be honest with you, because I'm just gonna blow that thing out. Don't care. Get out of here. I can sit here with absolutely nothing to play, and I'm fine with that. Because he has even less somehow. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with the biggest mana flood that I've seen in, like, years. And he has drawn absolutely nothing, dude. Like, wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting you to be that badly off. I'd feel bad, but I don't. You didn't deserve it. Well, hey, good job on being able to actually play one card, I guess. Oh yeah, don't forget about the Rod of Ruin. And we'll just peel him real quick. And take his Dungeon Clue. That's right! We did lose that last time. Everything is too expensive there, and the exchange rate is balls. That place sucks, and I hope it burns. In fact, I hope that that's the next place that any of the wizards go for, because I'd love to move on to just not saving it. Speaking of saving, though, save the game, and that will do for tonight.